Hello and welcome to the Superintendent's Perspective. I'm Lisa Ayala Hetler, Edinburgh CISD Public Information Officer. I'm joined by Superintendent Dr. Mario Salinas. We've had a really great year. Last week we talked about a couple of different projects, progress. We talked about our after-school programs and construction projects. Let's recap a little bit about that.
Yes, we've had, when we started talking about the year in review, we talked about, salaries, competitive salaries for our staff, our entry-level staff, non-professional, minimum wage $15 an hour. We may be the only business, school district, private industry that pays all staff at least $15 an hour.
Yes.
So we think it's good for our school community. We also talked about how our teachers' salaries are the most competitive. We're the highest paid teachers in the valley.
That's right.
And we talked about our after-school programs, our early childhood programs. We moved on to construction projects,
Yes.
and we're doing many things in our school district. We're under construction a 100,000 square foot facility for career and technical education. We think it's going to be significant. Is a difference maker in our school district. We think it's good for children.
Absolutely.
We are renovating 14 gyms. We're going to light up 8 tennis courts in the city, in our district, so that the community can enjoy playing tennis at night if they want to. It's a lifetime sport.
Right.
There are many people in the community that play tennis into their, 70s and 80s. Adulthood, that's
Absolutely.
right. Adulthood. We're renovating the heating and air conditioning systems of all facilities as well.
That's huge.
That is very big. We just finished renovating and expanding the South Middle School cafeteria and theater stage.
Yes.
Brand new theater stage. They've never had one, long overdue. We built a fine arts wing for them. They didn't have one at the middle school. All middle schools in Edinburgh have fine arts. They were long overdue as well. So we're doing many projects. We're doing artificial turfs at each high school for the band and for the football team. That is happening as we speak.
They're really excited about that, by the way, to have that new place to practice on and to use. So we've heard that.
It's artificial turf. They can practice. The band can practice in the morning without having to worry about getting their dirt and mud on their shoes. It's artificial turf, and they can practice on a football field.
Yeah.
And then they're going to share it with the football team and other athletic teams. So at all 4 high schools. So we are excited about that. We also just opened an ROTC facility at Edinburgh High School, and it's state of the art. And we are very proud of that work that was done there. And we are also going to construct an ROTC facility at Edinburgh Economides as well.
Right.
We've got softball fields at Economides, baseball fields at North, and at Economides, baseball lights also that we're replacing. We're doing a lot of work.
Yes.
We're doing a lot of work. Ask me if we're raising taxes for that.
Are we raising taxes for that?
Even though it translates to more than $100 million, not only are we not raising taxes, we lowered taxes by 3.5 pennies.
Wow. See that.
So we're trying to be smart with
Yes.
the money that we already have. We're trying to be smart and trying to get all these projects done without having to raise taxes, without having to hurt our instructional programs. We think we're managing our monies well. The money that's not ours, it belongs to the community.
Of course.
Also big this week.
Of course, is we've had a big announcement that you made, and that is to have our masks become optional. And so in 2 years, this is a big deal. And so tell us a little bit about how you came to that decision.
We've always mandated masks.
Yes.
In our facility. So we've had masks for all employees in our facilities, mask mandates for almost 2 years.
Right.
The decision to make masks optional to our employees, to our students, to visitors that come to our facilities. They can wear masks if they want to.
Right.
If they don't want to wear a mask, they don't have to. That decision making masking optional was an important decision, was not taken lightly.
I think choice is very important. We've been hearing a lot of information from our parents and of course our staff about wanting the choice, the option to be able to wear their mask or not. We are very excited that the district did decide to make the mask optional. Of course, our parents know that if they come in and they wear their mask, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. That has also been the conversation with our kids. We want them to know if your parents allow you to not wear the mask, then they don't have to wear the mask. If they want you to wear the mask, then definitely follow your parents' rules.
We are very cautious. We always have been very cautious with COVID. When COVID started, we immediately took the initiative to try to get a license to vaccinate our employees, because we knew that if we got a license, we were going to be able to vaccinate our employees, and that happened.
And keep our community safe, keep the district safe. That was going to be your number one priority, and you accomplished it.
It was a number one priority. When I first became superintendent, my very first action was to create a position as COVID director, so that we could be more efficient as far as fighting COVID in our schools. We vaccinated our employees because we know that vaccines, the science has shown that vaccines are good and they keep you safe and they keep you from going to the hospital, they keep you from dying.
That's right.
For the most part. So we vaccinated every employee in the school district that wanted to get vaccinated.
And all of the decisions you've made and all of the things that you've done have been guided by the CDC.
The superintendent lifted our ECISD mask mandate on Wednesday, March the 9th. And he did it based on CDC guidance and our data from ECISD COVID infections to Hidalgo County COVID hospitalization rates and to Hidalgo County ICU rates. Our data was trending with the nation and with the county, and all of the trending was in a downward fashion. And we're talking about our COVID rates here at ECISD. We've been hovering at 50 or less in the past 2 weeks. And that's out of 33,000 people, not including staff, add another 5,000. So we're doing very well in that department right now.
But we take guidance from the Centers for Disease Control.
Yes.
So they're the experts, and we take their guidance and we trust their science. And their science says masking is good. We've masked up and we've made masking mandatory since we had COVID.
Right.
We arrived at this decision Tuesday night that based on guidance from the CDC, based on the data that we have right now with COVID cases in our district, very low.
Yeah, significantly.
Significantly low, the lowest case counts that we've had since COVID started 2 years ago. We haven't had these numbers. That on top of the experience that we've had in dealing with COVID for the last 2 years, managing through the COVID situations, we consider all the options and the safety and that goes on. So COVID is pretty much right now, as we speak, behind us, right? It's not significant. So thinking carefully, discussing the pros and the cons, we decided that it's time to move another step toward normalcy.
Yes.
Normalcy is not masking, right?
That's right.
Although we may have employees and students that will wear masks forever.
That's true.
Because of the experience that we've had, we think that going the option of giving people options is the big step toward returning to normalcy.
And that's the thing, choice, their option, their choice.
I think that giving society the option to wear a mask is a great thing, because here at Robert Vela, it looks like we have about 70-30. 70% are wearing masks, 30% are not. And it's their choice. They get to decide what makes them feel comfortable. So I think it's a great initiative to allow us to make that decision as to whether or not to wear a mask.
It's their choice. If mom and child don't want to wear masks on campus, they have that choice.
That's right.
If mom and child feel that masking is appropriate for them, Well, it's their choice.
That's right.
It's their choice. Go ahead and wear it. And on top of all of that, we feel that our schools are safe. And we feel very confident that our schools are safe. Does that mean that we guarantee that the child or the staff is not going to get sick with COVID? No. Can't guarantee that.
No.
Can't guarantee that. But we do feel safe.
Actually, it feels good. It looks like it's starting to get more and more people in here. But yeah, it's totally being almost back to normal. And I think now, with everything going as far as the statistics are concerned, I think it is a good option to have it, it's up to you to have it wear the mask or not wear the mask. So.
And we're doing everything we can in our power to make sure that our schools remain safe. We're still sanitizing every classroom, every facility, the buses, encouraging hand washing, encouraging hand sanitizer. So we're doing all of those things, and all those measures, as you mentioned, are still in place. So we're doing everything we can to continue to keep our schools safe.
That's correct. And you know what? Most people still wear masks. And I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
Most people are vaccinated.
Yes.
In our staff, most our staff are vaccinated. Students, not as many, right? But many students are vaccinated as well.
And we offer that still.
We're still offering
we encourage
vaccines.
it.
You can cover that, right?
Yes, absolutely. We encourage that. We have vaccines that are available at all of our campuses. All you have to do is call the nurse, call your campus if you're interested in getting vaccines. And we also have COVID testing available. So if there's a student or a staff member that feels that they may have symptoms or that they may be ill, we offer that as well. So that is the whole reason that you've gone that direction, is to give people options.
And to close this section on the COVID,
Yes.
we reserve the right to reinstate mask mandates if there is a COVID surge. We reserve the right. If COVID gets out of hand in our district, then we reserve the right to mandate masking.
The next thing that we'd like to talk about is these really exciting and wonderful partnerships that we are going into with a couple of different entities, one of them being the City of Edinburgh and STC. Can you tell us a little bit about those talks and what we're doing?
Yes, we are venturing out and soliciting partnerships with other local agencies. The City of Edinburgh, for example, UTRGV, for example, and STC. These are partners that are important in the business of educating our children.
Yes.
And we are in talks with all three entities for significant projects, with the city and with UTRGV and with STC. And I'm not going to talk in detail about those projects today, but we will soon.
Yes.
We'll be talking in detail of projects that we have in the works, major projects that are good for children.
Yes.
With the City of Edinburgh, with UTRGV, and
Yes.
with STC. And those, we'll be bringing them to you in this program and to let you know of some of the very exciting things that are happening between us and these entities.
And we are looking forward to that. And so as we wrap up and conclude today's episode, we just want to remind everyone that we have spring break coming up March 14th to March 18th. We want to wish everyone a very restful spring break and say that this concludes today's episode of Superintendent's Perspective. We'd like to thank you for joining us and remind everyone that we hope you stay healthy and stay safe.